I want to be happy, but I won't be happy till I make you happy too. Welcome back to the Sugar Freedom Channel. Today's episode is Carnivore Diet Plateau Part 3. What to do after the breakthrough. If you haven't seen them yet, you can go back and watch Carnivore Diet Plateau Part 1 and Part 2. This is Part 3, explaining what you do after you have that diet plateau breakthrough. And of course, specifically, this is on the carnivore diet, but sugar freedom goes all the way from getting rid of added sugar all the way to the carnivore diet, which is what I am doing now. So I did have that breakthrough. I broke through to 124 and have maintained it for over a week now, even with traveling to San Francisco just a couple of days ago. And so changing up my diet a little bit, having some more bacon and some more cheese because that's portable and easy to take with you when you travel. I made this video to share what I do after I've broken through a plateau. So what are the differences? If you go back and watch those other videos, you'll see that I substituted things like bacon and cheese for canned wild salmon, specifically canned wild pink salmon because it's available, it's affordable, it's tasty, and it's easy to prepare. And I also created a printout of what I do usually eat on a regular basis, and I will post this picture on my channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the differences. My typical breakfast when I'm breaking a plateau is going to be a couple of eggs, 2 or 3, and a can of that wild pink salmon. So what's different? Well, what's different is bacon and sometimes a little bit of cheese. Read through what I typically have on a day of my carnivore diet. Bacon, 3 thick slices. Beef, about 8 ounces. Heavy cream, 4 ounces. Cream cheese or other cheeses, 2 ounces. 2.5 or 3 pats of butter. Some dry cocoa, which goes in my daily dessert, and then 5 large eggs. So if you're interested in knowing the totals, and remember, I am a very small post-menopausal woman. Now, of course, you may want to add more eggs, more beef, more of everything. Just be aware, I'm 5'1", 58 years old, and so I'm probably not going to require quite as much nutrition as somebody who is 5'10", and 25 years old. The macronutrient breakdown: 1,450 calories, about 110 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbohydrate, and just about 98 grams of protein. My typical way of eating, I'm going to enjoy beef or chicken, sometimes pork, plenty of eggs, usually about 5. I'm going to have a little bit more cream. I'm also going to have a little bit more cheese. I do pretty well when I'm not trying to get leaner or get lighter. I do pretty well with cheese. So to recap, a couple of important points about the difference between my plateau busting plan and my regular way of eating. Number 1, I don't stay on the plateau busting plan all the time. Number 2, I add back bacon and cheese, which I enjoy very much. And number 3, typically the foundation of my daily eating plan is going to be eggs, bacon, and steak. Substituting the salmon for the bacon and the cheese does allow me to release weight and to release fat, but it isn't what I use every day. My everyday plan is generally going to have some bacon in it, it's going to have some cheese, it's almost always going to have beef, and it's pretty much always going to have eggs. So I'm making these changes in order to change my weight. As we get leaner and leaner, definitely as a female over 50, as you get below 25% body fat and you start to bring that body fat lower down to 24, heading to 23, or even a little bit lower, what I have found is that as I reduce my body fat, as I reduce my weight, I generally need to take a pause. So I lost about 2 or 3 pounds. I broke that plateau. And now I am taking some time at my average everyday eating plan to establish that as a typical normal weight. So for the last week or 10 days, I've been getting on the scale and I've been maintaining at just under 125 pounds. And I think that is what is so important, is that as you make that breakthrough, you may want to stabilize at that point for a while. Let go of your plateau busting plan or your weight loss plan and go with your everyday maintenance plan, and then maintain that weight for a while so that your body adjusts to it and it becomes normal and natural for you. So I'm normalizing at just under 125 pounds, and I'm going to stay here for a couple of weeks. And then I may decide, if I want to take it down to the next level, I may decide to use my salmon plan again. Or what is probably more likely is I might do some more weightlifting in the gym. Is that if I focus more on progression in the gym, very often if I'm lifting a little bit heavier, training with a little bit more focus and intensity, very often that will make me leaner as well. So I've got two major tools for leanness. I've got the way I eat, and I've got the way I train. So for a while I might focus on the way I eat, and for a while I might focus on the way I train. Change takes change, and these two changes, nutrition and training, sometimes it's easier to focus on one at a time. So if I'm doing my plateau busting plan, I might ease up a little bit in the gym, and if I'm doing my everyday diet, I might bring on the intensity in the gym, add a little bit more movement, more walking, more dancing, more fun physical activity, and very often this brings very good results. Go ahead, once you've gotten your results, transition back to your everyday diet, and then possibly look at the way that you're training, possibly progress, maybe increase intensity in your training, but allow your body to adjust to that new lower weight, that new lower body fat percentage. See how you feel at that weight, at that body fat percentage, and then after a couple of weeks, decide if you want to take it further. So there you have it, Carnivore Diet Plateau, Part 3, transitioning back to your everyday carnivore eating plan. Until next time, be well, eat for yourself, and come back soon to the Sugar Freedom Channel.